comes, people know you, and then people know you. They call you for events to perform and stuff like that. But you might not get. Well, lucky for me though, one of the singles that I made actually made a lot of money. I was able to sell it.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, because you can put the singles up on iTunes too, and you can sell among
Now, when
friends.
you sold on online,
I sold
friend.
online, and I sold to friends.
Okay.
Yeah, my church at the time, they gave me a fantastic support system, so I was able to
Wow.
sell.
Wow.
And the amazing thing was that I sold a single for $10.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was on a CD, and normally people sell an entire CD
For
with
about
10
10
songs
bucks.
for $10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I sold one song on a CD for $10. So I made a lot of money. I
Wow.
did make money
Cool.
from that. So
Cool.
yeah, that
Cool.
was a good support system for me. But normally though, unless you are a front A-list celebrity artist, people don't normally buy his singles. They just go somewhere and download it.
Yeah.
They don't want to buy it.
Yeah. Well, that's another show entirely that we'll talk about. We'll bring you back to come and talk about that, as far as what artists and musicians, how to use technology to market your products. That's some of the things that people need to learn. How you can save money, how you can market yourself. There's a lot of opportunities out there on the online that you can that can help the artists to sell their music.
Yep.
All right. So, what are some of the other tips that you can have for artists, musicians, as far as making it and lasting? Like you said, you've been playing for like 20 something years.
Yeah.
But like it's tough, like I said, to follow your passion sometimes. You might get to a point that you're discouraged. You almost feel like giving up. So, what are some of the tips that you can give, like the up and coming artists, maybe young adults that are just starting out and they have a dream to play or to sing?
I mean, the first thing I would advise any artist is, first of all, if you can, get an education. It's very important.
Definitely.
Because the music market is very saturated. It's not as easy as you think it is.
Very competitive.
Now, I'm not trying to discourage anybody, but if you can, get an education, because that will always help. If it's your passion, follow it. Don't stop. Trust me, many people will try and discourage you. In my own case, it was my dad. It was like, yo, son, I mean, I don't want you doing this. My dad, who was the one who encouraged me to learn how to play the keyboard, after I learned it, he began to lock it up. Didn't want to play anymore.
Let me stop you right there. For the audience that may not understand that, growing up, because I grew up in Africa as well. When we were growing up, you can't say that you want to be a musician. That's not. It just wouldn't. It just wouldn't come up in your. It wouldn't fly, because your neighbors are probably engineers or doctors. Everybody's going to school to study medicine. So that's probably why your dad locked it up. That you want to be what?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it was. Like in my town, I became a hot cake. Every pastor wanted me in their church when they were doing their events, their concerts every Sunday. My dad, he said, no more, you can't go anywhere. And and they weren't paying me though. They weren't paying me because I loved it. But my dad, okay, you have to stop. No more. No. And as a matter of fact, at the point, there was this bishop who came to my town for a concert in the church, a crusade in the church. And then the pastor of the church came to call me. The bishop's name is, at the time it was Reverend Omobude. So I was so small, because I was really small dude. So he was on stage, he saw me, he's like, that small dude is playing the keyboard. He was so impressed. This was my goodness, this was in 19 this is like 1980 something, 86, 85, 87.
Wow.
And he called me up on stage and gave me 16 naira Nigerian money
back then.
At the time. Back then. Okay, let me try and
16 naira probably like, I don't know, now probably like that. Back then, if you had to convert it, maybe 600. That's a lot of money back then.
Yeah, but now it would be like $600.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I was so shocked. When I told my dad, okay, before I went home, my dad heard that someone gave me, that the pastor gave me $600. I thought he would be happy. As soon as I came on me, it's like, no more. That is the end. Stop. No more.
Yeah.
And that was how,
Yeah. No problem. So let's we'll just try to. We want to thank you for coming to the show. We'll definitely bring you back to do a more lengthy show. I think a lot of